What's good, YouTube? Let's talk about long distance relationships. I get asked to do a video on this subject all the time, usually by people who are in long distance relationships. I assume it's for some hope or encouragements for their situation. I'm not always sure if their situations have hope, but I will say this. Sometimes long distance relationships do work. So here's a few things to consider if you're trying to measure whether or not it can work for you. These aren't absolute, but they all definitely matter. The first thing you need to consider is time of distance, which is how long is this thing going to be long distance? I would hope that the ultimate plan for your long distance relationship is to get rid of the distance part. Having expectations of living in the same place one day definitely increases the chances of both parties staying committed. Indefinite distance kills relationships. So at the very least, make plans to visit often until one of you can move. The second thing that you might want to consider is, and I know this is a silly one, but I watch a lot of catfish. Have you actually met in person? So many people enter relationships having never actually met each other. This is concerning because you never really know how you feel about a person until you're actually around them. I can't tell you how many dates I've been on when I met a girl from MySpace or Black Planet. Remember Black Planet? I can't tell you how many dates I've been on where I met a girl from MySpace or Black Planet only to find out that I really didn't like her once I met her in person. Whether it was her energy, her presence, her smell, her posture, her walk, her figure, or her aura. Sometimes meeting a person in real life is a letdown. Long distance relationships have a better chance of survival when you've actually met the person that you're involved with. Another thing you got to consider is the connection. The connection in a long distance relationship has to be deep and genuine. It can't be about anything other than you two absolutely needing to be in each other's lives romantically. You have to have an emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical connection strong enough to keep you enthused during your loneliness, fights, and your disagreements. There has to be a certain level of emotional interdependence that ties you two together. Learning how to support each other and make each other feel better develops that interdependence. The ability to laugh and cry together is priceless. It's the anchor of most relationships. Something else that you have to have is mental and emotional stimulation. This one should be obvious. You have to have great conversations. You just have to. Texting alone won't hold a long distance relationship together. And folk be falling out of love after too many boring ass conversations. Two people who challenge each other mentally have a much better shot at keeping things together until that distance is closed. Something else that dictates the success rate of long distance relationships, in my opinion, is personality type. Some types of people do better than others. Introverts, for example, draw into themselves for energy and prefer a good amount of alone time. Though they will obviously still prefer to be with their partner, they don't mind the solitude of a long distance relationship as much as I would assume an extrovert would. So I just personally feel that introverts have the type of patience needed for a long distance relationship more so than an extrovert. Now, extroverts draw energy from others, high energy situations, and entertainment. And they can have trouble avoiding sticky situations because they make a point to be around so many people. Though extroverts have obviously had success with these types of relationships, it doesn't play to their strength as much. They are more socially dependent and less likely to be homebodies willing to sit around at home alone and talk to their boo across country. They can also be hard to pin down, which hurts the consistency that you need to maintain an emotional connection. I say all that to say this. Yes, long distance relationships can work. And when they don't work, it's not always the distance that kills them. Listen, people can live down the street from your ass and lose interest. People can live in the same house and fall out of love with you. So as far as long distance relationships, it just takes the right kind of people to do it successfully. They need to be considerate of each other and really be in love. It's possible though, and I've seen it. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me on Instagram, Hick24. People follow me on Twitter, but I'm never on Twitter. I got to figure that out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share my videos if you think they're helpful. I'll get with y'all later.